Mom, look! It's spa time! It's time for round 7 of the LFM Pro Series, and things are really heating up in the championship. This iconic track is known for its fantastic racing, but also insane pileups. So for the sake of the championship, I want to try and keep it clean and avoid all the mess. So without further ado, let's send it.
Green light, give us okay.
Oh my god, I don't know what to do. I'm gonna stay here.
Clear on the right.
He's in the wall! Come on, go for a send. You know you want to. Oh my god, here we go. We're going to dive straight into the action here with my best lap from qualifying. So we open up the last corner here to get the best run possible to start the lap. And this is one of those qualifying sessions where it keeps getting quicker and quicker, the track. So if you can do your lap at the end, like your best possible lap, that's when it counts. So we break into the source here. We get quite a nice hairpin. Good rotation, a little slide on the exit, which did cost us a little bit. Flat for Eau Rouge, up through Radion, all flat, a nice run. And now at the end of this straight, we come to Lacombe. We brake hard into there, hit a nice apex, another nice apex, bring the car back over. You got to prioritize this final corner here, and that was a beautiful run. Later into the lap here, we've got No Name. That was a little bit cautious, but not too bad. And then we've got Pooh on here, and this is my big mistake. Just a little bit cautious, was very scared on the throttle, and by the end of the lap, we are up by half a second. We have a really nice bus stop as well, and this is going to put us over the line for provisional P2, which is insane. But we do have another lap left, but the issue, like I say, is the last lap is when it counts, and I didn't have my run-up for this lap, and I just kept making mistakes, so it turned out this lap just wasn't good enough, and I didn't even beat my previous lap. Oh, well. So where did we end up qualifying? P7. Okay, this is going to be an interesting one. Here we go then, the run to the lights begins for round 7 of the LFM Pro Series at Spa, and I just want to make sure I get out of Eau Rouge alive. It can get very messy if things go wrong. Green! There we go. So we do get a nice little jump there, but the car ahead here, you're going to see, he backs off. He's very cautious for Eau Rouge, which is, I guess, good in a way, but it means that I get backed up, and my teammate Aiden on the outside runs around and overtakes me, and now we've got Grantus as well on the outside. He's also going for an overtake, so I'm just thinking, as long as I can stay on the right here, the gap doesn't close, I'm just going to send it, park my car on the inside where there's space, and maybe I can hold it around the outside, and oh my god, it's so tight here. Everyone really giving each other just enough room to survive, and we do manage to keep the position, because we're now on the inside of this hairpin, and there's no way Aiden can hold it around the outside here, as long as these guys in front don't go too slow, but we do keep it, and that was a bit of a bottleneck here. Oh, nearly getting tagged from behind. I'm almost tagging Delfante ahead as well, but after a bit of a stressful start there, we do maintain position, we don't lose, and we don't gain. But as you can see here, we're not even at the end of lap 1, and I'm getting a monster run on Delfante. I run around the outside, hard on the brakes. Can I make this move stick? Just a little bit too deep, and I've got to give the room to Delfante here. I try and do a bit of a squeeze, but it ain't possible. He's entitled to that outside line, and now we're going into La Source, side by side, hard on the brakes, and I'm just thinking, I just got to try and go for a good run here. Get a good exit. Don't run up too high on the curb, and then I can slip into his slip stream, and then get a really good run at the top of Radion. So we're coming down here, only 2 tenths behind him. We keep it flat, it's a little bit shaky, and I do end up slightly cutting that corner, which gives me a track limit. Yep. But I think because it was only by 1 millimeter or 2, that is allowed by the rules. As I didn't make a big advantage. So we get a nice clean run here. We managed to tuck back in nearly, and there we go. We're up 1 position from where we started, and we can try and move on the guys in front. But that intense lap 1 of fighting has really cost us time, especially to the leaders. So we just got to try and be as clean as we can and try and close that gap. And thankfully, the 2 in front go side by side and make a mistake. I think there was contact there as well, and that's allowed us to at least get onto the back of these 2 for P4 and 5. But overtaking these 2 ain't gonna be easy, because you'll notice ahead of me is Jack Alexander. Now, he's in the same car as me, the Ford. However, we have gone completely opposite on the setups. I have got a high downforce setup, which means I am slower in a straight line, but I get huge advantages in the corners. I can take them a lot faster. He's done the opposite and gone for a low downforce setup. So on the straights, he's an absolute missile. I mean, look how much he's pulled here. It's absolutely crazy. But then in the corners, I just close right back up to him because he's so slow there. I feel like I'm definitely quicker at this stage in the race, but I just can't go for a move. So maybe with these two fighting ahead, I could try and take advantage and do a through goes Boothby moment, but it just ain't quite happening. And, you know, Jack's all over him trying to make an overtake with that insane straight line speed, but then when it comes to, oh my god, contact again. When it comes to these braking zones and trying to make the corners, he just can't make it stick because he just hasn't got that downforce. And his car is just way too sketchy on the brakes. Again here, he's thinking about a move on the outside. Can't quite make it stick. And the problem with all this, you know, with all these little mistakes, and another one here where he's running wide, that car must have been so difficult to drive. It just means that the guys ahead are just pulling so much. They're pulling so far away. And all that's going through my mind is with every failed send is, you know, we're just getting held back and the win is just completely going out the window. And yeah, it's frustrating in these moments. And Grunwald here, another big mistake from him. He runs wide around No Name, and now Jack's even going to try for a run here into Puon, which is a really, really risky send, but he chooses, I think, the wiser choice there to back out of it. But again, more time lost, and to the leaders now, it's almost 6 seconds, so it's just really, really annoying. But finally, after 20 minutes of being stuck, we are given a lifeline. Jack Alexander is into the pits, and it's only the next lap that Grunwald goes in. So I really push on. I've only got 1 lap here before I've also got to go in. Really push for that lap, and yeah, I enter the pits, and I'm doing the overcut strategy again. If you guys have been following the series so far, you know that that means my stint here is going to be really quick. My final stint of this race is going to be super, super fast. So we come out here, and all I'm thinking is, am I going to be ahead? Am I going to get the overcut on any of these cars? And initially, it looks like it. But then, they start approaching my mirrors, and this happens. Oh my god, I don't know what to do. I'm going to stay here.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Wow, that was the defining moment of our race. 2 positions with the overcut have been made. And now, though, yes, we're going to have a quick car for this final stint. But it takes a little bit to warm the tires up. So we're very, very vulnerable in these opening 2 laps. You'll notice Jack as well. You remember how we were talking before? He's got a low downforce car. He's going to be a missile down this straight. And he was about half a second behind coming out of the source. And now look at him. He's closing. Is he going to go for a move here? I think he decides to back out of that one. But oh my god, if he's just a tiny bit closer, if I make a mistake, I'm going to be done for. And I'm really letting the pressure of this get to me. And I make a mistake coming out of the source. An awful, awful turn 1. And now he's only 3 tenths behind. And all I'm thinking is, he's just going to drive around me. So we come through Eau Rouge. I'm hoping that maybe he runs wide or gets a slide, but he doesn't. He absolutely nails it. And here he comes in the slipstream. He's zooming. But what's this? He's pulled out. And he's slowing down.
I think he's wanting to work with me.
Another lifeline, thankfully. Jack, I guess, wanted to work with me to close up to the guys in front. So, fair play. We take those. But the issue is there's a whopping 6-second gap to the leaders. And with about 15 minutes of the race left, surely there's no way I can close up that gap in that time. Right?
Hello?
Come on! I gave it absolutely everything, man. I gave it everything to close up with these guys, but it is the last lap of the race, so if we want to make a move, we're going to have to get a little bit lucky, I think. And you may have noticed a third lifeline has been handed to us. Hubin ahead has a 5-second penalty. Now, he is the championship leader currently, so this is absolutely cataclysmic. So if I just stay out of trouble, I mean, I've got a podium here as Hubin gets it wrong on the curb there. He's sliding out wide.
He's in the wall!
He hits the wall, which is, yeah, for the last lap, that was a little bit spicy, and you can just tell that, you know, the pressure's getting to him. It's so stressful, and he knows, just like I know right now, but that 5-second penalty, it's not just going to drop him past me. He's going to drop loads of positions. Look how many people are within that range. But for us, I guess it's another one of those what might have been races had I performed better in qualifying. But, you know, is what it is. Great recovery drive to get on the podium.
It's a little bit too risky, that. Oh, man. GG! Podium! Podium! Let's go! Oh, man. If we did a better quali, who knows? I think this is the story of the season, isn't it? This is the story of the freaking season! Oh, man. Goddamn. Good result. That was a great result. And we've got an interview. Let's go. Ah. So the big question is, where am I now in the championship? Well, after Hubin's costly penalty, it puts us now just 26 points behind. We've really closed that gap. Next week, we're going to be heading to Paul Ricard. Not a big fan of that track, if I'm honest, but it does create some crazy racing with that huge back straight. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Let me know if you enjoyed the video by slapping that like button, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Bye-bye.